Something I've always enjoyed and found extremely interesting when I'm coaching clients and I'm talking to people, and sometimes when I just get feedback from simple videos and reels that I put on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, is how when people actually challenge their overthinking, challenge the belief, they actually just take a little step and think, is this really true? Or you're having a deep conversation with somebody and you're kind of like, is that really what's happening here? And the moment that light turns on, and it seems to like light up so many areas of your life, and they go from overthinking, no confidence, and it's like it flips 180 degrees, and suddenly the overthinking shrinks, and the overthinking suddenly shuts the fuck up. That inner voice that was like, you can't do it, you're not good enough, who do you think you are? It shuts the fuck up. It goes silent. There's nothing left for it to say, because once they challenge it, and once you ask them to prove that the power of their beliefs are real, they realise they're not. And this kind of fake outlook they had on life just crumbles in front of them. And it's like a weird Disney scene where the Wicked Witch's spell has been broken and the illusion crumbles and everybody suddenly sees the sunshine and blue skies again. And this can happen to everybody and anyone, and it can happen to you. You can have blue skies and sunshine. You just have to challenge the overthinking, challenge the outlook you've created for your life, challenge the way you talk to yourself, challenge the way that you see the world. And you can become a confident person. You can become an achiever. You can just become comfortable with yourself. You can just be there and say, do you know what? It's okay that I am who I am. I like who I am. I actually want to protect who I am. I want to be safe with who I am. You know, sometimes the best people that you can meet, or the ones that you admire the most, are the ones that are quite happy to just sit under a tree and read a book with getting no attention from the world, and are quite happy creating their own little world, their own little environment. I know a lot of people that are more than happy in their own company, their own little environment, and I love it. And it's always a blessing when those people invite you in for a moment to share something with you, to give you some of their time, because you realise they don't give it to everybody and anyone. And maybe you're one of those people. And if you are, I hope one day I get the luxury of meeting you, and even greater, the privilege of a few moments of your time. But it comes from challenging the overthinking, challenging the worrying. You know, I remember a lesson I learned years ago, and I'm not always massively successful at doing it in my own life. Definitely better than I've ever been. But it's something I've seen work for other people. And it's just the simple principle of, you know, cross that bridge when you come to it. And that's what that cliche means. That's what that old saying means. People will worry about things they cannot control right now. So if something is happening to you right now, right this moment, if you're worrying about something that's going to happen in 2 days from now, that you can't stop, you can't control, why are you worrying right now, this moment, this minute? You know, and sometimes there can be an event that's going to be really daunting. Look, I'll be honest. I remember once. I say once. March the 17th, 2005. I was going to court, believing that I was going to prison. Long time ago now. And there was this weird moment that I've never forgotten. It was 11:30 in the morning, and I'm sat in court. I had my uncle next to me, and I effectively, my solicitor, everybody, I'm going to be going to prison for about 12 months. And for the first time in my life, I experienced a level of relaxation and comfort I'd never had before. I've never experienced. I remember looking up at the clock and it was 11:30 and I was going into court at 12 o'clock. And I don't think I've ever really been able to articulate it very well. But all I can say is, for the first time in my life, I realised I wasn't in control of anything. I had no control. Whatever was going to happen was going to happen, and there was nothing I could do about it. And for whatever reason, I just suddenly relaxed. I don't know if I just accepted how powerless I was. I don't know if I just accepted that fate was going to happen, whatever fate decided. I can't tell you what it was. I can only tell you that there was this realization that none of it mattered. It didn't matter. And I'll be honest, I've never achieved it since. But I do remember looking at that clock and thinking to myself, yeah, I can't do anything about this. And just accepting that, I can't. It was like a wave just washed over me. And I was just like, I'm okay. Whatever happens, I'm okay. And it was probably the best feeling I've ever had in the world. 30 minutes before I'm about to get sentenced to go to prison. The world is strange like that. I didn't go to prison in the end. I ended up doing a shitload of community service. But that was just fated, maybe. I don't know. Lots of things went in my favour that week, that month, that year. And whichever way I look on it now, I don't know if I'd ever be doing this, talking into a microphone, helping people, millions of people around the world, maybe, hopefully, if I'd never done that. So life has a funny way of going full circle. You just don't sometimes know what circle it is that you're going round. So anyway, that's turned into a bit of a ramble. Okay. Do your best to worry about the things you can control and the things you can take action against. And sometimes when you can't control or you can't take action, be accepting and do and let go, and understand you can only cross that bridge when you come to it.